Good day and welcome to today's class. We are discussing the sum of an AP. In our last classes, we explained what AP actually means and we solved some problems on the topic. We learned common difference, we learned some terms and a formula for n term of an AP. But in this class, we'll be discussing the sum of an AP. Of course, you know what AP means. Any progression that has to do with a common difference, whereby you have to add that common difference to the current term to get the next term. Do you understand? Okay, so for instance, if you're asked to find the sum of an AP, probably we have 10 numbers arranged in an AP, and we have to add all these numbers together. It's easy. But what if we have like 1 million numbers? How can we add together? So it will take a long time, and that will be too tasking. Therefore, we came up with the formula to add up any term. So that's what we're going to be discussing today. Let's take what I wrote. I said when the terms of a sequence are added, the resulting expression is called series. E.g., in the sequence 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Now, when we try to add sequences together, we get what we call series. So in this topic, we'll be hearing series and sequences. So the difference between a series and a sequence is that a series is the sum of sequences. Do you get that? So 1, 3, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11 it's called a sequence because the numbers are arranged according to a given law. But when we start saying 1 plus 3 plus 5, when we start adding, it becomes a series. Okay. When the terms of a sequence are unending, the series is called infinite series. It means when you are not able to know the number of terms in a series, you have 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus dot dot dot. It means count to infinity. So we call it infinite series. It is often impossible to find the sum of the terms in an infinite series. You cannot find the sum of all the terms because you don't even know the number of terms in that series. So how will you find the sum? But whenever the sum is a finite series, whenever the series is a finite series, you can find the sum because we know all the terms involved. Okay, so we say sequence with last term or end term is termed finite sequence. Can you see that? So that should be sequence, not series. Now, find the sum of, if you are given this sequence and how to find the sum, what do? Is this a finite sequence or an infinite sequence? Of course, you should know it is a finite sequence because we know the last term. The last term or the end term is what? 15. Now, we said find the sum. How do we find the sum? How? It's very simple. Now, we have that what? The number of term is what? Sorry, this is not sum. It should be common difference. The difference. So we have 1, 3, 5 as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The number of term there is what? 8. Now if we add together 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus, if we add everything together, if we add from 1 to 15 and from 15 to 1, we have what? Look at this. S plus S. If we add the both, we call this equation 1 and call this equation 2. S plus S will give us 2S. 1 plus 15 will give us 16. Then 3 plus 13 gives 16. 5 plus 11, 16. If you add together in everything, we will get 16. Now, if you add all the 16s together, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, can you see, times 16. Do you understand? Then we have that to get our S, we divide both sides by what? By S, by 2. So our S will stand in. Therefore, our S will be what? 128 over 2. Because 16 times 8 will give us 128 over 2. We have S will be what? 64. Now, this is the idea we're going to use to get. Now, is it? Some might say they don't want this step. Just add 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 13 plus 15. That will still give us 64. Yes. But why we do this is to get a general formula so that in our next question we don't need to be adding these numbers one after the other. We would have known the formula that we use. For instance, the nth term of any sequence of any AP is what? Un is what? Or Tn is what? A plus n minus 1d. Can you see? But we need the formula also for the sum of any AP containing any term that is finite. Alright, so deriving the formula for sum of AP, the following represent a general arithmetic series when the terms are added. Look at this. Of course, the sum of any series is s equals to what? Of any AP, sorry, is s equals to a plus d. We know this the sequences in AP are followed by what? I mean, the difference is just d. So you add the d to each term. So when you add d to a, we get the next term a plus d. Next a plus 2d, a plus 3d, a plus 4d, etc. Till the last. Now the last term is l. The number before the last term is l. Take away d, right? For instance, if this is 3, to get this one, you should say 2, right? So we say what? If common difference is 1, that is 3 minus 1. Therefore, l minus d, minus 2d, minus 3d. This will be the ending terms, and these are the what? Beginning terms and the ending terms. So the last term of any AP is l. Do you understand? Also, we can also rearrange this just like what we did there. We arrange from the first to the last and from the last to the first. So let's now arrange equation 2 from the last to the first. So the last is what? L minus d, minus 2d. Now the first three terms will be what? A plus 2d, a plus d, and a. Good. So now let's add equation 1 and equation 2 together. We say s plus s will give us 2s. A plus l will give us a plus l. Now a plus d plus l minus d plus d minus d gives 0. We are left with what? A plus l. A plus l. Now a plus 2d plus l minus 2d plus 2d minus 2d 0. A plus l. So if you add any of equation 1 and 2 together, any of these terms together, we have a plus l. Now we will keep having a plus l until the nth term. What time is the nth term? The last term. Do you understand? Okay, so when you do everything, we'll say that means 2s equals to what? N into a plus l. Why the n here? N is telling us that okay, if you have 20 terms, then n is 20. So that's 20 times a plus l. N is number of terms. So n into a plus l. Do you understand? Then to get s, we have what? Over 2. There's no 2 here initially. Sorry. I believe you get that. There shouldn't be 2 there. So now to get s, that's now we'll now divide by 2. So we say s equals to n into a plus l over 2 to get s. Now that's the formula. A plus n into a plus l over 2, or n over 2 into a plus l. That's our Sn. That's the formula to get the sum of any AP. Okay, now, but L is also a term. Don't forget, I said L is the last term. For every term in an AP, the term is given as what? A plus n minus 1d. So substitute a plus n minus 1d for L in this equation. Therefore, as I see, L is un. L is also a term. L is the last term. It's also a term. So it obeys a plus n minus 1 into d. So slot it here. We have n. This is our n. See it here. Into a, you see a. Your L is now a plus n minus 1d. So when you have that, you have a plus a. That will give us 2a. Write it down here. Then we have n plus n minus 1d still here. Then over 2. Can you see that? Okay, so we have 2a plus n minus 1d over 2 equals to n equals to s, and that's a formula. So the formula we're going to be using for our AP sum to find the sum for an AP is what? S equals to n over 2 into 2a plus n minus 1d. Very simple. Or s equals to n over 2 into a plus l. Very simple. So I believe you should know these two formulas now. The first and the second. Do you understand? Alright, so let's now add. Now that I have the formula, yes, bravo. It's easy for us to add, even if the numbers are 1 to 1 million. We can add them within 1 minute. I'll be done. Can you see that? Right, and without stress. So we say example 2. Find the sum of the 20th term of the series 16, 19, 2. Can you see? Find the sum of the 20th term. It means if we have 16, 9, 2, etc. up to 20 terms. Find the sum, add everything together. What we have, we say a equals to, because we need in this formula we need n. N is what? 20, because it's 20th term. N is 20. A is what? 16. The first term is a. Now d is common difference. That's all we need. So we say a is 16. D is always what? u2 minus u1 or u3 minus u2. So u2 is what? 9 minus 16, or u3 2 minus 9. You get the same answer, right? Don't say 16 minus 9 because 16 is bigger. No, it is the second term minus the first term. Whether the second term is bigger or smaller, obey the law. Second term minus third term, and minus first term, or third term minus second term, or fourth term minus third term. So you do 2 minus 9 to give us 7, or you do 9 minus 16 to still give us what? 7. So, but then in this case it's minus 7. Sorry, minus 7, because I think a smaller number minus a bigger number, we get minus. So you get 9 minus 7, or minus 16, that gives us minus 7. Now n is 20. I explained to you because it said find the sum of the first 20th term. Do you understand? So we have s equals to what? N, which is what? 20 over 2, the 2 is there, into 2a, 16, plus n, 20 minus 1, then times d is what? Minus 7. And that will give us, always do bracket first. 2 times 16 will give us what? 32 into 20. Now open a big bracket. You can see that there's a big bracket here. Everything in this big bracket is multiplied by n over 2. So always have this one done first. 32 plus, now 20 minus 1 is 19. 19 times minus 7 will give us that. Can you see that? So we have 19 into minus 7, then plus 32 into 20, everything over 2. Okay, sorry, this is over 2 here. Then you have what? 20 over 2. If you give us what? 10. So you have 10. Your 19 times minus 7 will give us 133. Minus 133 plus 32, should give us minus 101 times 10. That will give us minus 1010. I believe that is clear. Okay, having that understanding, we have some evaluation to do here. It says, number 1 says, find the sum of the AP series with 16 and minus 117 as the first and 20th term, respectively. That's very simple. Now find the sum of the arithmetic series with 16 and this as the first. Now you are given 16 as a16, and you are given 20th term. Can you see? Minus 117. How do you find the sum? In this case, you use what? N over 2. Find the sum of the what? Series. The 20th term is the last term, and that is n. N is 20. N over 2. N is 20. Can you see that? Into what? A, which is 16, plus L, because the last term is what? Minus 117. Very simple. That would use A plus L. Number 2 says the salary scale of a clerical officer starts at 55 naira, 200. Okay, 55,200 naira. Can you see per annum? A rise of 3,600 naira is given at the end of each year. Find the total amount of money earned in 12 years. That's simple, right? Now, you have, for the first year, he earns 55,200 naira. That is A. Common difference is what? Since there will be a rise, that's common difference. D is 3,600 naira. Can you see now? So the salary scale for the clerical staff starts at this per annum. A rise of this is given at the end of each year. Find the total amount of money earned in 12 years. So after 12 years, N is 12. What will be the sum of money? So S equals to what? You use what? N over 2. N is 12. 12 over 2 into 2A. 2 times this. Can you see? Plus N minus 1. 11. N is 12 minus 1. That's 11. D. Can you see? D is what? 2,600 and you are done. Now you have a general evaluation here. Please do everything. You also have a written assignment. Lay your hands on them. They are simple questions that you need to understand and practice well for your external examination. Alright, I hope the class is clear. Thank you and have a nice class.